Yesterday made it official. We're on record as being in autumn. So is your smile set for the season? If your grin is looking grim, don't despair. Dentist Steve Marsh is here with ways to shape up your smile before all the leaves fall. Even before we head back to school, even if we don't go to school anymore, there's something about September that makes us want a fresh start.
Well, and I think that's right. Whether you are a teacher, as you suggested, a student, or somebody who has insurance before the end of the year and wants to use that up. Those are all motivations for people to change their smile in a sense. And again, it's a wonderful time to think about what you can do. And what I did today, Michael, is I brought a series of pictures of patients I've treated recently, and we'll go from simple to more complex. And this is an interesting situation. This is a patient, and again, you see her befores and afters. If you focus first on the lower teeth, you can see that they're very ill-arranged, if you will. They had shifted. She was somebody who had braces when she was a child, and she had also had some bonding, and a couple of her teeth look very triangular. Now it happens, Michael, she lost her job recently, and she thought, before I go out, one of the things that's bothered her is smile, and she never smiled as much as she could. So in the upper arch, we did some reshaping. I did new bonding. We did some gum contouring, which we now do with a laser. And on the lower, we just did some reshaping. She had a beautiful smile when she was done. She said, I'm absolutely thrilled. I'll be able to smile again. And actually, just this week, Michael, she called me and said she couldn't come to her next appointment because she got a job.
Oh, that's great. So you're
we like to
responsible
think
for
we
employment.
well, it's gratifying, but I don't think, she had other good qualities, if you will.
Yeah. Now, do you have any other examples?
Yeah, and again, we're going to go from some fairly simple ones. And this young lady, again, the before and after was the sister of a bride. And actually, the wedding's coming up this weekend. And she wasn't happy with her smile. A number of members of her family came into me. And because she came only 3 weeks before the wedding, she wasn't able to do veneers and that sort of thing, or orthodontics, which might have been a possibility had we had more time. So we did some reshaping of the upper teeth. We bonded some. And if you look, she has a beautiful arch form in the after. And similarly to the first patient, we did some reshaping of the lower teeth. She was much more confident. Again, we did some gum contouring and said, this is really the smile she's always wanted. So it gave her that opportunity.
Now, these first two examples that were pretty quick turnaround times, what if they need more time?
It's a beautiful question. In this case, we couldn't do it very quickly, and she didn't have a time consideration. She had always been bothered by the space between her teeth. She also was unhappy with the color of the teeth. And so we thought, what could we do to give her an improvement? And Michael, we tried bleaching her teeth. We used Zoom whitening, and Zoom whitening works fairly well. But in this case, it didn't respond as well as we would have liked, and she also didn't like the shape of her teeth and the spaces. This is a woman who was in her late 60s, I think early 70s, and over a period of about 3 months, Michael, we did some reshaping of the teeth. We did porcelain veneers, and because she had a very wide smile, we did 8 or 10 veneers, and that gave her the smile that she's always wanted. And as a side note, she also said for years she had trouble with food getting caught between her teeth. And you know, as we mature, our teeth tend to separate a little. And so we were able to close the separation. So it's a much more beautiful smile and also one that doesn't attract more debris.
Now, I understand for the next one you had plans, your patient had a musical aspect to it.
Well, yeah, he's very involved in the Cleveland music community, very well known. And had actually, as a kid, had a tooth that turned dark from a root canal. And then that tooth became loose over the years, and he said, what can we do? We were unable to do an implant with him, but we were able to do a porcelain bridge. And this is actually his picture. He came into me with that space like that. He's been a patient for a number of years. We told him at some point we thought we would lose that tooth, again because of periodontal disease and bone loss. And the other thing that happened over the years is his teeth started to flare. And again, he's in the public a lot. And so we ended up doing an all porcelain bridge. In the past, Michael, we used to use porcelain with a metal framework, and today we don't have to do that. This is all porcelain. Our porcelains are very strong, and that's what we were able to do with him, and it was a very proud smile.
Now, finally, the last one deals with a politician, so explain that one to me.
Well, she's very active. She's an attorney just like you and became a politician. And Michael, you can see that she had a very large gum show, if you will, when she smiled. She was very unhappy with that. And again today, whether used by a periodontist or a general dentist, we actually raised the gum tissue, and we did that with a diode laser. It healed right away. We shortened the teeth and then did porcelain large, given the time, we'll be able to customize the treatment for each patient.
Oh, that's great. If you've been waiting to create a beautiful smile, make this your season. And to follow through, give Steve a call. Here's his number next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, taking pride in focus